Movie Toasty Show, here for you. Dennis and Adam joke about orgasms and sweet movie reviews. We talk about TV too, right?
I think so.
Yeah? Yeah! Movie Toast.
What is up, Toasties?
Hey.
Welcome to episode 232. Dennis, can you believe we're finally back? It feels like it's been forever.
Oh, it's been too long, and I'm very, very excited to chat about some flicks with you. I know where we got some good stuff coming up for you, and some really solid reviews there, Toasties. But
Heck
plenty,
yes, sir.
plenty before we get to that toasty delicious goodness.
We got a whole goulash of stuff here, so I guess we should just hop into it then, huh? Get over to that little news section.
Let's do it.
Gather round, folks, it's time for the scoop. Tune your ears in, let's join the loop.
Alrighty then, the loop. Let's start that bad boy here.
Let's get
Okay. Amazon and MGM have found the lead for their series Life is Strange. They have cast my old ass star Macy Stella in the lead role. I don't know. I know I talked about it on the show, but you haven't seen this movie, have you? I can't recall.
No. I mean,
Okay.
I remember your review though. I feel like you did enjoy that one.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this actress, man, top notch. I guess she's like a Canadian pop star, and she
okay.
killed it in this role. So I could kind of see her. I have never played the game like we spoke before. I've never played it, but if she's half as good as she was in that film, I think this could be good casting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's an intense story, and there's a lot of like moments that I'm sure a lot of the players who are fans of the game will want to see on screen. So I imagine the way video game properties have been getting treated and by the different studios, I can't imagine they're going to stray too far away from the source material. So should be an interesting watch.
Heck yeah. But staying in the realm of video games here, things are speeding up for Prime Video's God of War adaptation. Sons of Anarchy star Ryan Hurst is set to star as Kratos, and Warm Bodies star Teresa Palmer is going to be starring as Sif. I feel like this is some pretty good casting here. I mean, Ryan Hurst has that badass, rugged look to him, and
oh yeah,
this
he's awesome.
looks...
I've been a fan of his since Remember the Titans. It's
is he Opie, right? That's his name.
Opie, yeah, in Sons. Yep.
Yeah,
like
and is he in that Viking show? I feel like he's in another badass manly show that I've never seen.
I remember there was was it Outlaws or where he was like a mountain man,
okay,
like the hillbilly gang that lived in the mountains in one show. I believe that might be what that image you're using might be from. I could be wrong.
Okay, I was trying to figure out what that might be, but
that one didn't last too long.
With the shaved hair, yeah.
But he's on a Netflix miniseries right now.
Okay,
that by the producers of Sons of Anarchy, The Abandons, I think.
Oh, is that the other Kurt Sutter show that he got fired off of?
I think so.
Dang.
I don't know. It's interesting casting just because of who's in it. I'm kind of curious. I'd like to check it out. But yeah, Ryan Hurst, that's great news. I'd forgotten. Right? Apparently, he did voice a different character in the game,
one of the later games. Yeah,
which is cool. So good for him. That's gonna be. I'm excited to check this one out.
Right, and I believe one of the podcasters on Kevin Smith podcast, Fat Man Beyond, is a writer on the show. Apparently, they're going in production in a couple of months, so I guess it makes sense that we're now hearing casting rumors about it. Well, not rumors, actually casting stories.
Right? Yeah. Truth.
Hell yeah. Woo! All right, so I guess we're jumping from video games, but staying in the realm of animate. Well, I don't know. My transition sucked on this one. All right. Cate Blanchett is set to reprise her role as Hiccup's mother, Velka, from How to Train Your Dragon 2 in the upcoming live-action adaptation. I don't know. I feel like, why wouldn't you cast Cate Blanchett in anything if she's willing to do it?
Right. Oh, yeah. No, that's always an incredible performer. So there's...
Right.
Seems sensible. If you're able to get her in your cast, then you're doing good. You're doing something right.
Like, you got Gerard Butler to reprise his role. That worked perfectly in the last movie, so why not get her? It sucks that we can't have people like our main characters, the young kids, because, of course, they're not kids anymore. Jay Baruchel and Jonah Hill and all those cats. But, hey, have you got around to that live-action one? Or
No, not yet. Not yet. It's
goddamn delight.
I definitely want to check that one out. I find it interesting though that they didn't then try to incorporate them in some other cameo capacity.
Right? Like, there has to be areas where you could bring in some of those cast members without a doubt.
I would have thought so.
And I'm wondering if they'll actually do that eventually as the movies progress. Like, say they get past 3 or 4, whatever the animated movie's at, if they keep this franchise going, they could bring these characters in or actors in as different characters. Perhaps.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
So
I got to see how it pans out. Maybe if this is as much of a hit as the original animated films are, then we're gonna get a whole run of them. I'm sure.
Heck yeah, we are. Sorry, I just had to make sure my notes were accurate here for the next one. All right, so we're sticking in the realm of casting for this next story here, Dennis. Weeks after Scarlett Johansson dropped out of the live-action Tangled remake, it looks like Disney has found the perfect replacement for Mother Gothel. They've cast Agatha Harkness herself, Kathryn Hahn, as the film's villain.
Wonderful.
And they've cast, I guess, the Disney Channel film star Milo Manheim from Zombies as Flynn Rider.
Mm-hmm.
And a young actress from that DC show Titans, Tegan Croft, as the heroine Rapunzel. So I feel like some decent casting there.
Yeah, I got all the main players. Yeah, always going to be a fan of Kathryn Hahn too. She's
right? How do you go wrong with her? Like, I think we might even mention that when we first mentioned, Scarlett Johansson's going to star. It's like she doesn't have that vibe of that character. I think we might even mention Kathryn Hahn possibly. Like, she just has that.
Yeah. Oh, and like you said, she's already shown she can kind of have that witchy sort of presence without it being too overpowered, like over the top, you know. And I think it works perfect for this because there is the sense of humor that comes along with the character.
Yep.
Because she's been keeping her in the tower, you know, under the guise of protecting her,
protection,
or whatever.
Yep.
So I like that she's going to be able to walk that tightrope of not just
like
evil
you'll
witch,
love her but hate her at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. You need
and like
both.
I've never seen this Zombies movie, but I hear it's a great franchise. Kids like it, and I feel like this kid. I mean, you're a strapping lad, I guess. It's hard to go wrong with.
I want to say he was actually on. They did an interview with him on the entertainment desk on KTLA just a few days ago, or a couple of weeks ago, talking about that movie. I know it's that franchise is a big deal for them since they're not, you know, it's not like the Disney Channel movies like when we were kids where they're just banging those things out every month.
Right, you get your Disney star popping up in some random movie or a Johnny Tsunami bullshit.
Right,
or the Cheetah Gals.
Oh yeah, all the classics.
But it's like, I guess that makes sense. I mean, the guy has a likable face, so that makes sense. And I've never seen the Titan show, but this girl, the actress, looks like she could fill the role of Rapunzel.
Rapunzel-y. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, I was thinking when I was putting this story together, like. They've been spot on with titles of other movies like Cinderella, Aladdin, and yet they're like Tangled. We're not going to call this Rapunzel. I wonder what the reason for that was.
It's more fun. I hear that, and it's more like it sounds like you're going to have a wacky fun time instead of it being this like literal interpretation of the original story, fairy tale, or whatever you want to call it. I think it immediately informs you. There's going to be some silliness. True. It's not all going to be bleak and sometimes frightening like a lot of these like old fairy tales usually are.
Yeah, they're not as grim and dark.
Exactly. Yeah. This one was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the original film in theaters when it came out. That was actually
it holds up. I feel like I've rewatched it a couple of years ago, and it's like, all right, this is good. Now I wonder if we're gonna get like the side characters. Isn't there like a little gecko guy, and isn't there like I don't know the guy has a horse that
and his horse that has a lot of personality. Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious how they're going to work around those sorts of elements, given that it's Disney. But we've also
some of these
seen them
movies
do all sorts of
Like some of these live action remakes have the animals, some don't. So it's like, which way are you leaning? It could be interesting.
We'll just
either
have to
way,
wait
I
and
guess.
see.
Yeah. Well, all right, sticking with more casting news here, Dennis. If rumors are true, it looks like another Avenger is heading over to Matt Reeves' Gotham City, because rumor has it Sebastian Stan will be playing Harvey Dent opposite Scarlett Johansson as Gilda Dent in the Batman Part 2. How do you feel about the possibility of him doing that?
Oh, that's he could absolutely crush that. I have no doubt he would own the shit out of that role.
Like just 2 years ago, he played Trump, and then he played a man with like elephantitis, or I don't know what the terminology is, but very polar opposites, but killed each role.
The man's got a range, and I think being able to portray someone with the split personalities is going to be very entertaining. That sounds like a really meaty role, and then it's the classic dilemma with having a Batman movie is the juiciest role usually is for the villain, not for the man in the mask. But we already know
a little bit of the story. It's not known if this is going to be a straight up adaptation of the Long Halloween, in which it's Harvey Dent before he becomes Two-Face and his wife's the villain. So it's like he could just be Harvey Dent, but it's like you're not going to get an actor like this not have him do a Two-Face performance. I don't think,
especially when I feel like we've seen that play out already. There's been a lot of Harvey Dent before Two-Face represented in the films, kind of like the first the Batman movie.
I am saddened that we didn't get to have Lando as straight up Two-Face. We only got him as Harvey Dent in what, Batman? Batman, right? He was Harvey Dent, right?
Yeah. And
Batman,
and back then, yes. But that's my point exactly. And then when we get to the next generation of Batman films,
Tommy Lee Jones.
You're right. Oh my God. So he's been in. So we've actually seen Harvey Dent at least 3 different iterations, right? Because then we across Christian Bale, we only get Two-Face for a few minutes at the end of,
and then they kill him off right away.
Yeah, it's like exactly. And then it's like by the time we get him, he gets taken away from us. I kind of just want him to already be there, like you said. I guess the Tommy Lee Jones version, he was already Two-Face, but still, it's I think the first of the Batman movies did a great job of let's just jump in. We don't need the origin story all over again. He's already Batman. Let's do the same here. We already know who Two-Face is. Let's get at it.
And then rumors have it that Barry Keoghan is actually coming in to play the Joker in this, because they kind of alluded to him possibly being the Joker in Arkham in the last movie. But I find this a little hard to believe, because I think his time's very well taken up by the Beatles 4-part biopic that they're doing. But I guess you could work in a little bit of time.
Right. I guess if you got a killer contract that lets you negotiate those things, then by all means.
Right.
But...
And a couple of episodes ago, we talked about the fact that they were also casting an older man to essentially play Harvey Dent's father. And they were talking about Brad Pitt, but that didn't work out. Is there anyone you could see playing Sebastian Stan's father that you'd like to kind of see be that kind of alcoholic, shitty parent?
I'm curious, like, what if Brad Pitt was who they're aiming for before, then there's
who can handle that, like,
mantle? Like hitting that mark. I feel like strikes me as something I could see Nicolas Cage wanting, but I don't know if that would work so well.
I don't know why coming to my head right now would be like another Avenger at one point, Edward Norton, but I'm like, is he too young to play his father?
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think he's, he could have just been young when he had him, but no, I don't think that's too close an age gap to play father son, especially if you just age him up a little bit too. It makes it a little more believable. But
and then the one person who I'm kind of like would be interesting for that type of character, who everyone kind of says already kind of looks a little bit like him at a certain point in time and is very close to the world of Batman, would be Mark Hamill. I think could be kind of cool coming in and playing a different character.
Actually, that would be pretty amazing to get Mark Hamill on screen in a Batman story. That would just be the full circle moment.
But not as the Joker, so he could
Oh,
kinda
no,
make a
of
new
course,
character
of course
for
not.
himself in a more gritty sensibility, I suppose.
Right.
But how do you feel about the fact that we're getting 2 Marvel stars coming over? Do you think this is a sign that we're going to get more Marvel characters in the DC world, or do you think this is a one-off?
I think it's just all these people just seeing this is their career. Like they're securing their future. Get a few of these. Doesn't matter whether it's Marvel, DC, Star Wars, whatever the fuck.
True.
Get a few of
Get
these
what
under
you
your belt,
can.
and you're going to be setting yourself up for life. Essentially, you're always going to be
Makes
getting
sense.
these royalty checks. Like I think it's just playing smart. Like when Harrison Ford was talking about his involvement in the Marvel universe, it's like, look,
Yeah.
I just wanted to have fun. It was a great check. It was a great paycheck, and I wanted to have a good time. There's someone else that would actually be kind of interesting as Harvey
Dude, that'd be
Dent.
awesome.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool. A much older, like just not giving a fuck about him anymore. You know,
Ooh.
that would be
Yeah.
really,
Or-
really grimy.
Oh,
would
dude,
be
because
cool.
he could be a piece of shit. Like, ooh, I
That
love
would be cool.
But now I'm like, we already talked about this. I didn't even think until you just mentioned that, like an older actor. Why not get Tommy Lee Jones back as the father? Like, he's already played Two-Face.
Oh, that would be cool.
Give him a little redemption for that
Come back
mediocre
as
movie
A Dent.
he did. Yeah.
that would be pretty cool.
But I'd watch Harrison Ford. Bring in all of the fucking living Star Wars. Bring in fucking Lando back.
Oh,
Let's just have another classic Star Wars. Sorry. I know, because I love Harrison Ford as that. That'd be great. He has that grizzled persona. Could be a shitty dad.
And then same thing.
But-
Have fun with it. Just lean into that. Just really asshole sort of behavior that we don't really get to see him do very often.
Yeah, because he's just a curmudgeonly old man or the cool guy or sex symbol.
Right. And even then, it's like, yeah, the curmudgeon part, it's usually in a very comedic light. You know, I don't know why. The first thing that pops in my head is like 6 Days, 7 Nights, where he's an asshole, but a lovable asshole.
Yeah. You can forgive his shittiness.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the charm.
Exactly.
God, I want to watch that movie. Was that Anne Heche? No.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
And David Schwimmer was in it too. And yeah.
Remember when they used to force the friends and things, and it's like, yeah, they could be movie stars, and then it never really worked.
They
out
were all.
for
I mean,
anybody
they were just
besides-
trying to do their own thing. You know, funny enough, I think Matthew Perry he did the best.
He had a
out the gate, and
Hell
then
yeah.
Jennifer Aniston quickly.
Then the drugs kind of got him. Yeah, Aniston took over.
Yeah.
Cox had promise,
True,
but just got stuck in the scream roles for the most part.
Exactly.
At least
and then I can't
Jennifer
even think of
Aniston can pivot to different types of things, which is
Yep,
nice.
exactly. She's done dramas, done comedies, it's kind of run the gambit there. Oh, too bad Matt LeBlanc couldn't stick with.
Dude,
he was a badass in freaking Lost in Space.
Lost
I kind
in
of wish
Space.
that
It's like,
that would have
I want
kept
more
going.
of that.
But
yeah,
he couldn't do it.
and what we got?
They're all good now, so
Yeah, they're all set for life if they're still alive. And we got what's her face? Lisa Kudrow was analyzed that, right? As Billy Crystal's wife, I think.
God, see, I forget about which movies she was in too, but
I don't know. Sorry,
I mean,
we went into Friends stuff.
Now she's got series. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah,
well,
she's
you know, this is a friend's house here, so
yeah. Fair enough. All right. Well, I guess we should move on here. Our next story. Bam. Sorry, I'm hitting buttons here. Still getting used to our new layout. Press members who were expected to see the final chapter of Rennie Harlin's The Strangers trilogy were recently treated to something a little extra. They ended up seeing all 3 chapters of the horror franchise cut together as one mega film. So fans are wondering if they'll get a chance to see the unaltered, uncut film the way it was originally written to be one
fucking
giant
6-hour long version of The Strangers.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's
I don't
funny
know.
because I know a lot of people did not like this movie, so that's a bold move. I like this franchise more than the original, to be honest. Like, they're doing some fun
Interesting.
things.
Yeah. Huh.
But
well, I mean, this is because isn't that when we went to that panel? Didn't they talk about they had written all of it, right?
Yeah,
everything.
it was
the whole
all,
story arc
like,
was figured out.
300 pages or 200 and something pages
Fucking
as
wild,
one film.
man.
Yeah.
That's nuts. But hey, I mean, good for them too. That is kind of like a filmmaker's dream, isn't it? Like
I think so.
just then run through the whole gambit and then have it.
Because it's interesting. Like, the second movie is like the next day. It's dealing with this woman who was tortured. She's now in the hospital. and then she's now being hunted down by the people that thought they killed her, and now she has to fight for her life. And I forget how that one ended. The new one's coming out soon. I'm kind of excited for it. But
Nice.
can you imagine going to see a third movie in a franchise and be like, oh no, you're getting everything. You're here longer than you're expecting to be.
That is
That's
all
kinda
is would say.
fucked up.
No, that actually would almost be a little upsetting. It'd just be like, oh fuck, okay, really?
Right.
Well,
Especially
all
if
right.
you hate the franchise and you're just
You're
doing it for a quick paycheck.
And now you gotta run through the entire gambit all over again. But I mean that is interesting though, because I'm curious how that would feel going through all of the movements of the story. Like you said, especially when that was how it was written in the first place. Does it play well then to see it all in one sitting like that?
Yeah.
So,
I'm wondering if we're gonna get this. Like,
would you watch
I
it?
assume it could be. I would. I'm not gonna lie. I would. I watched the whole bloody affair when they re-released it.
Mhm.
Would I spend money out of pocket? Probably not. Like, I know AMC Stubs memberships didn't let you see the whole bloody affair as one of your movies because it was like a $20-$30 ticket. So I went to another theater on a Tuesday when it was a $5 discount ticket, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll do that if they're doing that. But I can see this being more of like an on-demand or Blu-ray type of situation.
Exactly. Yes, it should be a little more of a
if you want to
film buff, like collectible sort of thing. You know, if you're really into it, then that's Huh.
Yeah, a little bit different. I thought I was kind of surprised when I read that the other day. All right, so let's see here. Bam. Rapper and filmmaker Boots Riley is planning on making a truly intriguing movie. The Sorry to Bother You director wants to adapt Anne Washburn's off-Broadway play Mr. Burns, a post-electric play. It's a dark comedy set in a post-apocalyptic future where a group of survivors band together around a campfire as they piece together the plot of the Simpsons episode Cape Fear entirely from their memory. It just sounds like a madhouse.
What?
Uh-huh. This is a real off-Broadway play where people are playing. Yeah, I don't know. How do you get away with doing this without getting sued by Disney?
How many more layers? I'm like, okay. And then this is all a dream in a frog's brain in space in another dimension. Like, what the fuck? I'm like
when I heard it, I'm like, that's a real fucking thing? What?
That's wild. What? All right. Well, all right. Boots.
This director, his first movie, Sorry to Bother You, was a mind fuck of a movie that was awesome. One of my favorite movies of that year. But I don't know how you get through the legal hoops of doing this and like get signed off.
Well, it must. I mean, it must be there because if the play exists, then there's already the groundwork's already laid out. So that path, that channel of communication is already open. So obviously it's happened. But
I want to know how the writer came up with this specific random episode of The Simpsons to be like, this is what they're going to be talking about. And how to make that intriguing. People just talking around and piecing it together, and like that's so wild.
It's one of those things that you just kind of hope, like I think you start writing and then you hope you get what you're asking for. Like when Val and I were at that the screening of the studio, and Seth Rogen was talking about you just write it first. All of those cameos, all of those moments where you're hoping like you get the person or whatever. You just gotta go for it and then reach out and see if they say yes. And there are times where he's like, people have said no and they've had to adjust in a very truncated amount of time. And there have been times where they were just like, this would never, if we don't get this person, it will never work. So I think this is just one of those stories of somebody went for writing this wild fucking thing. And and then
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind
it.
of intrigued. I would see that if the tickets were expensive. I would be like, "What is this?" And I saw like stills of it. Like there are people in these like paper mache style like Simpsons like mask and stuff, and it's like a big fan of the show, I guess.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Well, intriguing for sure.
I hope that comes to fruition and that gets made because I will review the fuck out of that here.
Oh yeah.
But there's another thing that I hope gets made that I knew nothing about until a couple of days ago, like The World. All right. In the vein of Maleficent, DreamWorks has hired K-pop Demon Hunters writers to write a Shrek prequel centered around Lord Farquaad. I don't know who's asking for that, but I am intrigued.
Oh, come on
And
now.
they didn't
You know
say
he
it was
watched.
Maleficent, but they said it was about the early years of Farquaad. So I feel like he has to be our hero.
Why do I feel like we've talked? This has come up before. Didn't they?
It might have been like in my wildest dreams. I would love to see that. Because I think the fact that we never got to see Farquaad again, like he was eaten, but then he was in the 4DX ride or movie at Universal.
He's a beloved villain, I think, because he was so well portrayed in the in the first Shrek film. He's a funny, lovable villain that you love to hate.
And how do you not love hearing John Lithgow bring this character to life?
Oh God, yeah. So his voice work was fantastic for that film. So why not? That begs the question: would he come back to voice him? How much younger are we going to make him?
That's true. Yeah. Is it like the Rise of Gru where he's like a child? But I think Steve
Carell did it still, right?
Gru. Yeah, I think so.
Why not?
Heck yeah. But the development of this movie, nobody really knows if it's happening or not. They were just on a podcast talking about the fact that they were paid to write it. So I hope it happens because that sounds wild in my head.
That could be fun. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I got to really get used to these buttons here. After making roughly $250 million at the box office off a $35 million budget, it should come as no surprise that Paul Feig and Sydney Sweeney are returning for The Housemaid 2. I feel like I'm not shocked, but I know this is a series of books that people love, and clearly they're going to see the movie. And I love the movie. It was great. But the way it left off and where it could go, I'm not really interested in seeing that. I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot.
Interesting. Okay.
I just don't like the premise of where it's leading off to. But I guess if it works for books, maybe there's a hook.
Yeah, no, exactly. If there's already an audience that's there and you're banking on the current fame of Sydney Sweeney to keep interest alive, keep people coming back to the theaters to see this again. I don't know. Like I haven't seen the film yet, so
yeah.
But I kind of with you where it's like, it's doing immediately announcing they're doing another one. It's like, well, yeah, that does sound like a cash grab, but then again, who isn't these days? So
that's very true. Yeah. Well, I guess there's not much really to say here, but speaking of cash grabs and things people really want, I think this will make a lot of people happy. This next story here. Johnny Knoxville shocked fans by announcing that a surprise new Jackass movie will be hitting the big screen on June 26, 2026. Where do you land on this? Do you want to see these old men in peril?
A little bit. No, which is so funny because like they were so like, we are fucking done after last one. Like, this is it. We're going out in a blaze of glory. I'm like, great. They did a great job with it. I thought it was really funny.
It was a nice send off.
Just disturbing enough. But the fact that they're willing to come back again, it's like, just be careful, guys. Like, be careful. Don't get too hurt.
I wonder if it's like him going to do this Fear Factor show. He's like, fuck it, let's do it. Or if it's like, we got new brass at Paramount and they're like, this is something we don't want to lose out on. This is a moneymaker. We got to do.
There's enough gas
I just wonder how long they've been sitting on this. Like if they just went in production, if it's been done for a while, or.
And then I wonder if it's anything like the last one where it's going to feature a lot more young blood. It's mostly the OGs kind of watching over the stunts and tasing each other once in a while. But there's a few of them that really shouldn't be doing this anymore. That like, you guys need to you need to calm down. But I get it. Johnny Knoxville's he's still associated with this name, even though he's well established as an actor and a TV personality outside of Jackass ever since. Same with a lot of the rest of the guys. They've all gone on to do their own things now. It's interesting to see, and there's still a connection there. I mean, I just the other day I saw Pointus was just hanging out with Bam, and like they all, they're still.
Now that's the interesting thing. Like Bam, he was the one that was kind of like in a fucked up state of mind and pissed off he wasn't in the last movie, right?
Yes,
like
that was.
People asked him, "Oh, are you going to be in?" He's like, "No, they're going to use some old clips, but I'm not going to be in it." I'm like, "You threw a hissy fit about not being in the last one, and now you're." I wonder if that's just.
He's still working through
he wasn't invited. Yeah,
he's still working through his shit. I think it's going to be well. I mean, as you know, and trying to schedule anything when a rigorous thing like a film set, you need people you can rely on. And if he
It's
wasn't
very
in a
true.
place where he couldn't be present for what they were trying to shoot, then that's tough. But if they're still, hopefully he gets into a better place.
Yeah.
And if he's a part of that, cool. If not, then
Yeah.
keep taking care of yourself, dude, because you
And I guess
need it.
I wonder if like bond companies wouldn't want to give insurance to someone with that type of. That's rough.
Yes, that's
But,
that's
like
the
you
other
said,
side of that too.
At least he's like now on good terms with these guys, and they're kind of friends again. It sounds like so that's nice to know.
The doors are open, and like Steve-O's been doing a whole bunch of shit. That guy
He's
is
gotten
like
clean and
completely
changed
turned
up his act, right?
Oh God, yes, yeah. That's an incredible story in itself.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, do you guys want to go put yourself back into these places that you've worked so hard to like undo all these things you've done to yourself that then again it could probably be fucking funny. So
right. Like I'm not gonna lie,
bad,
never
yeah,
watched the
I'd
show,
watch
but I've
it.
seen the movies and I enjoy them.
Same.
So it's like, heck yeah, let's do it. But I wonder if we're gonna get a 6 or if this is a passing of the torch. There's so many unanswered questions, but
I think
couple
passing the
months-
torch was almost sensible because they had so many of the folks that were in the last one that weren't normally in the crew. They were great. They did a great job.
They were fun, funny.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember, wasn't there a character named Poopy or something?
Yes.
Big guy named Poopy. That's all I remember. And I know,
yeah, that's
what's his face?
Yeah.
Well, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, another story that I think might make us happy here. Scooper Daniel RPK claims that Marvel Studios is developing a new Jessica Jones property. It's unclear if the project will be a new series or a kind of standalone thing, kind of like the Punisher's getting. And I don't know. How do you feel? Do you want to see Jessica Jones in her own coming back for something big?
Yes, I will.
I'm
sorry for the background noise. It's probably fitting for the story we're talking about right now. Yeah, I loved Jessica Jones and Kristen Ritter.
Oh, perfect casting. Yeah, like she is just
a good job.
Top
yes.
notch.
Holy shit. Yeah. No, just so her getting to don the leather jacket again. Let's fucking do it. I'm here for that.
Yeah. And it's funny, right before we came on mic a little while ago, I saw Mike Coulter was asked as well, and he's like, well, yeah, Jessica's coming back for Daredevil season 2 or Born Again. And he's like, I'm not going to say I'm not in it. I'm not going to say I am in it. So it seems like we might be getting more of him too, which would be badass, seeing the whole gang come back. Yep. And I don't know, do you think they fit into Doomsday or maybe Secret Wars? I would love to, but I don't know.
It would be cool, but it's also like there's those different tiers of heroes in the Marvel universe, right? Like there's the fucking world-saving ones, just like there's the world-ending villains versus like the street thugs, and so
that makes sense how we got Matt Murdock showing up in Spider-Man.
Yes,
so maybe they could pop up there
if that
and
like exactly if that's
Frank
the
Castle
way
in Brand New Day. So yeah, that makes sense.
I think there's room for him there if you do it the right way. Obviously, it's not like she can go, toe to toe with Galactus or whatever. Obviously, that's the story. But you get what I mean, right? Like, yeah, right. But it's as long as it makes sense within that. Otherwise, I like them kind of living in different worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all that stuff is in the background. Yes, exactly. We're gonna acknowledge those things happening, but our world is right here. I like that feeling.
I'm with you on that. All right. So up next, the Russo brothers are building up hype for Avengers Doomsday early by getting fans of the superhero team up reading in between the lines in an interesting way. When they went on Twitter recently saying, what you've been watching for the last 4 weeks are not teasers or trailers. They're stories. They are clues. Pay attention. Doomsday has begun. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's a cop-out? Do you think that's a good way to look at it? Now people are looking into time code stamps and trying to piece together things that seemingly seem innocuous.
It's the same classic thing of let's get people overthinking every single detail. Obviously, there's things there if they said they're there.
Sure.
But it's they knowing how the internet reacts to the stuff like that. And it's just clever marketing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. You're just gonna get the super fans are gonna just like
Oh, they
way
already. There's so
overanalyzed
many theories
shit.
already on YouTube, left to right. I'm like, come on, guys. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You gotta dig for, and they're getting views, and it's like some of it could be plausible, but I like the fact that they're like, we're giving you random things. Because in the Endgame and Infinity War trailers, we got all these shots of things that didn't even happen in the movies. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, all right, at least they're being upfront and being like, hey, we're just trying to get you excited a year in advance.
Of course. Yeah. And that's what it is. It's igniting, it's starting that fire, getting the hype train fucking rolling down the track. And it's like, then the fans are doing it themselves. They just get to step back and watch all the fucking shit go by. And
that's very true.
It works. It works. So
have you watched any of these stories yet?
No. What's funny is I've kind of been trying to hold back until there's a more solid, like theatrical trailer. I want a bigger chunk. I don't want to buy into all that stuff. Like it's good for everyone else. That's fine.
Sure.
I think you're it starts to get dangerous too, because then you start forming your own story in your head, and then you get all these 100%. People who then show up to the movie and they get pissed off because it's not this and it's not that, and I wanted it to be this. And it's like, well, tough. This is what the movie is. Try to take in what's in front of you instead of like coming in with all of these other predetermined stories in your mind. It's always the danger with properties like this, but
you're not wrong. Yeah.
Let's just go have fun. Let's just go see fucking Dr. Doom.
Right. And then have you seen that Robert Downey Jr. and Timothy Chalamet are like trying to get people talking? They're like, oh, we're calling it Doomsday. And it's like, yeah, guys, you can't fabricate a Barbenheimer situation. It has to happen naturally because they're both coming out on the same day.
Right. I don't know. That's it. I think it was a lot funnier when it was a Barbie movie and a movie about building the atomic fucking bomb.
Not too
movies that, like, honestly, the same person is probably going to see both movies.
Yeah.
So, mind you, I actually saw both Barbie and Oppenheimer in theaters too. But this is different because it's like they're the same audience for sure. Like it's a lot closer together than 100%. Those other movies. So it's not as gimmicky. It's not as. Go ahead and try,
but do you think, guys. But now that they're talking about it in public, do you think this cements that they're both actually going to come out at the same time? Or do you think someone's going to eventually break in the game of chicken and they're going to shift dates?
I don't know. Maybe I think if it wouldn't surprise me if the studios were like, you know what, fuck it. Let's scratch each other's backs and try to hype up this.
Fair enough.
Doomsday. That's so cheesy.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer at least was funny. This is that.
Yeah.
Don't, like you said, don't force it. It's not. You can't give yourself a nickname. Come on. That's not how it works.
Not at all. All right, let's move on to some grimmer news here, Dennis. Alamo Drafthouse is considered a haven for movie lovers. They're known far and wide as the theater chain that preserves the cinema-going experience thanks to the fact that they restrict all use of electronic devices. So when they recently announced that they are going to start having guests order food and refills via their cell phones opposed to on a tiny little piece of paper, people are a little confused and angered about this. What do you think's going on here?
Fuck that.
Yeah,
you've now opened the door back. To all the bullshit that we don't like in the theater. You're just inviting it all back in. I don't care if people are going to lie all the time saying they were just looking at the menu or whatever the fuck. That's terrible. Terrible. Should have kept it what it was.
Such a backtrack.
I'm not on board with that. That's like you said, it was supposed to be a safe haven for the purity of going to watch a movie in a theater. They're going to start chipping away at it, and then eventually they're just going to do away with that whole thing. And then it's just going to be like any other theater chain, and they just play older stuff. And
now I'm wondering if this is like a Sony move, because I know Sony now owns the theater chain. I'm wondering if they came in and like, you know what? This is what we have to do. And they're like, well, I guess we can't say no.
100%. No, I agree with that. They're going to come and start fucking with things they shouldn't be. And they're going to strip away the identity of why people like going to these establishments. So
yeah.
You know what? Maybe that creates an opportunity for someone else to replace it with what it used to be.
Yeah,
that I would
another
like to see.
theater swooping in.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So speaking of swooping in here, this next story is kind of charming. my old boss, McG, the director of Charlie's Angels, and the Grammy-winning superstar John Mayer are going Dutch on purchasing the historic Jim Henson lot, which, as some people would know, is a cornerstone in Hollywood, boasting numerous production stages, recording booths, and offices. And the duo are planning to keep the lights on and electricity flowing. And the only catch is they're renaming it. They're calling it the Chaplin. They're calling it Chaplin Studios in honor of the studio's original resident, Charlie Chaplin.
That's right.
I feel like this is kind of a nice way of doing things.
Interesting. Yeah. No, it is essentially it's a historical landmark in Hollywood. So it is awesome that they are keeping that alive. Are we going to is Seth Rogen going to be able to start making his Muppet stuff in the original Muppet stages? That would be cool.
I mean, didn't we get as the picture here? I think Jason Segel brought it back when he did his Muppet movie. So I'm hoping
it's true. And that was a very charming film. I did enjoy that quite a bit. I don't know. I think there's always going to be a place for the Muppets. The fact that that place is sounds like it's going in good hands.
Mm-hmm. But what a wild grouping of people, Mick G and John Mayer. I guess John Mayer records all this stuff there. And Mick G, I know the production office I used to intern, it's down the road from there, but it's like two weird people I never would imagine coming together, but doing something for the good of the arts. I
dig it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's keep it alive.
All right. Heck yeah. I'm happy that people still care about making some interesting moves. All right. Up next, the big story of the previous 2 weeks.
Yes.
After roughly 14 years, Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as president of Lucasfilm. Stepping into her shoes, you have Dave Filoni as the new president and chief creative officer. Alongside him will be co-president and co-chief creative officer Lewin Brennan. I don't know. I feel like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Like, I've heard some people are excited, some people are let down. I feel like I don't know as many Filoni things, but being a fan of his work, how do you feel about this?
I'm actually very excited. That would be the person I would choose, or that I would hope got to that position, and he did. Now, I know there's a lot of people who aren't fans of Kathleen Kennedy. Obviously, I've been seeing that all over the internet. But
sadly,
she did make a few moves that gave us some really awesome properties that many people enjoy and love now.
She brought the franchises back from the dead. Like, you got to think, when Lucas left, there wasn't anything really happening besides a couple of animated shows. And give or take, we got Rogue One, we got Andor, we got a couple of good movies. I don't know.
I think Mandalorian doing what it's doing for the franchise now, bringing in fresh eyes to the Star Wars universe, where people who had no interest before are now getting to enjoy something outside of the normal realm of the Star Wars films. Dave Filoni, growing up a fan of Star Wars to the point to where he even like
he
George
was like
Lucas was
Lucas's
impressed
mentor,
with what mentee. Yeah. Exactly. That like, man has created so many wonderful stories. Some of my favorite characters came out of things
I'm just
he
a little
created,
afraid because didn't people say like he directed and wrote Ahsoka, which I know people were mixed on, but I get that was his first time doing a live action show. And I assume he's probably learned a bit from that. They're going. And that was his too. I think
that was his character too. I feel like that's kind of his baby. Ahsoka Tano was created during the Clone Wars, the second iteration of the animated series. He had so many incredible story arcs, gave us so many awesome characters that we'd come to love long after, giving the clones an identity and so many other Jedi that we now appreciate. Expanding on other characters that we'd only got little fragments of in the past. And one of my favorite Sith then Force neutral characters, Asajj Ventress, she gets to have this fully fleshed out story that's awesome. Way more of Thrawn than what we just had in the novelizations and the comics. I am very excited for what he has in store for us in the future. You want a Star Wars fan to be in charge of Star Wars.
Yes. Like, I feel like this is kind of like Lucasfilm's version of DCU. Like, you got James Gunn doing the creative and Peter Safran doing the business, and we got Dave Filoni doing the creative and Lulin doing the business. Now, do you think we're going to get kind of a James Gunn type of situation where it's one person with a vision and actually focusing on a story, not just bringing in different filmmakers throwing pasta at the wall here?
I really hope that will be the case, because then he can keep all the threads tied together, which he's done before. He's done with the animated series. And I like that they're also not afraid to give us one-off things and non-congruent stories with the visions and stuff. And like let's not shy away from all of these other spokes on the wheel. There's something for all these different audiences. It isn't. I like. It doesn't have to be the same one person watching all of Star Wars, and you have to accept everything. Like I just watched Young Jedi for the first time over Christmas with my nieces. And
is that the kids' animated adorable looking show?
It was really cute. Like I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would, and I get why making something like that exists for the audience. It is, you get that soft like introduction into the world of Star Wars, especially when we're in an era of there's now a third or fourth generation even that could be enjoying Star Wars for the first time. You know, there's grandparents sharing the original film with their grandkids, great grandkids even. So it is a generation spanning property that is still beloved. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
why not?
do you think we're gonna get all these different, like in her exit interview, she mentioned all these like threads that are still up in the sky, like Taika's or Mangold's or even Donald Glover's stories. Like all these things have been written. Do you think we're gonna follow through, or you think we're gonna do what normally happens when someone comes in and takes over and throw that out the door and just start anew?
Like I said, because Dave Filoni is such a big fan of Star Wars himself, I think the last thing he wants to do is then just pull the rug out from under all the fandom. Like we've been so excited for getting to hear more of Lando's stories. We've been excited for all these other side projects. I don't think he wants to shake it up that much. If anything, he wants to make sure they get done properly. You know, they get the attention they deserve before moving on to the next. So we don't get this fucking blob of Star Wars things happening. I as much as I would love more Star Wars, I want it done right.
Quality over quantity.
Yes, exactly. And it's funny, like where there's even been this like resurgence of people going back and watching Acolyte and be like, you know what? I guess this doesn't suck.
It's not a bad show.
No,
it's
not.
Fantastically fine show.
Yeah.
You got to stop being judgmental and be like, oh, it stars girls, it stars people of color, it has LGBT. It's like, so what? There's other parts of the galaxy where we have white males, where we got white females, where we got straight. It's like, guess what? It's all a made up fucking world with aliens in fictitious languages. Come on, everyone should be represented here.
The fuck over yourselves. People. Yeah, this is I couldn't understand that shit, but I'm glad it's all coming back together, and I'm very excited for what's in store for the future of Star Wars.
Yeah, and let's not even forget, Lucasfilm is also, we got Indiana Jones. Do you think maybe we'll get something new there, or do you think we're going to let the dust settle after that last mishap?
Oh, I kind of liked the last one. It
wasn't you know what? It wasn't great.
It was great. It was better than Crystal Skull, that's for sure.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. You know, I think obviously the main focus is going to be Star Wars, but you're 100%. Right. There are the other properties. Like, is that something, would they bring back young Indiana Jones and start doing those stories again?
I mean, we're about in a couple of months getting a young Sherlock series. Why not another young Indiana Jones series? Got a new fresh faced kid in here.
Yep.
You can get Harrison to do voiceover in the beginning and outros.
That would be great. Oh my God, that would be awesome. Yeah, the tales of Indiana Jones or whatever. Like,
maybe do something that fans wanted with the last movie that we didn't get. Now that Ki Hong Kwan's so big, what if we get a short round series? See what he's up to these days, or a one-off movie. That'd be cool.
It's not like all that skill set would just go away. He lived through some shit as a kid.
Yeah.
You're right. What if he just kind of kept being the badass that he was? That would be an interesting story to follow.
Now, I know we got to move on, but do you think there's a chance in hell that they might have offered this role to Favreau, since he was so instrumental in reshaping the franchise?
I don't know.
Do you think maybe you wanted to focus elsewhere?
Filoni was always at the top of that list, because Favreau's, I think, would be great, showrunner, director,
Sure.
He's great for the role he's in right now. I think he needs to stay right there in that pocket because he's given us some incredible stuff. So let's not fuck with the machine. Whereas Filoni can sit that next rung of the ladder above and keep all of the threads straight. Make sure that we're not overproducing things. We're not giving
Fair
it.
enough.
I think this was always the move.
I'm with you.
If I had to guess.
I'm wondering why he didn't get the position earlier on. I guess it makes sense. Kathleen has been there since Indiana Jones in the earlier stuff. And I think she was the only one Lucas wanted to leave it to. And maybe Dave had to prove himself over time and grow into that role. I don't know.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think he did. It's after all these, 2 decades he's been involved in the creation of Star Wars projects now that he's shown he's got the chops, and I think it's like that. I don't know the maturity, I guess, so to say, of being able to hold his own in that spot, and then continue to deliver things that Star Wars fans have come to love. So
fair enough. Hey, yeah, I'm with you, man, and I can't wait to see where this is all going. And this next story kind of snowballs from what you're saying about not fucking with the stuff that people know and love. After rumors were swirling around that Netflix had been trying to shrink the theatrical window for Warner Brothers films to a measly 2 weeks, Ted Sarantos recently came out saying that Netflix will commit to the 45-day window once the WB acquisition is complete. Now, do you think this was always the plan, or do you think there was just so much backlash they had a course correct?
I think it was the backlash, because that is just fucking ridiculous to restrict it that much. And like we said the previous time when this came up, that's just unreasonable. It's not feasible for most people. Not everyone can just drop everything and go see the movie as soon as it comes out that week. And then you're congesting it too much. I don't want to have to be stuck in the theater, a packed theater full of, again, the shit we bitch about all the time. I don't want to have to deal with that stuff. If I have the option to wait a couple more weeks and see it when the crowd's thinned out, that's perfect.
It's easier.
I want to, I want to be able to enjoy watching a film at the cinema and have that shared experience in the way it was meant to be, not just, well, we technically did it, so now we can qualify for awards. Come on,
bullshit.
Come on, give it, especially when you make things that are so cinematic to begin with, give us the chance to appreciate it on a big screen.
I'm with you. I'm just happy that they've come to their senses.
Yes.
And hopefully cinemas stuck to their guns, and they're like, fuck you, if you want to show your shit, you got to do it this way. And it's like,
we got to keep the fucking lights on in these things, man. These projectors ain't free.
Not at all. Fucking McGee and John Mayer can't save everything.
That's right.
Come on, folks. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, that's gonna do it for us in our news section here, Dennis. I feel like that's a lot of stuff to chew on here, but
that it was.
I think we get to the second portion of our show here, a little thing we like to call polls. All right. Up first, on episode 100, fuck that. We're well beyond that. On episode 232, I can't, 231 right now. I can't believe that's so crazy. I've been saying 200 plus for months now. But the fact that we're 200 episodes in, that's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
So disregarding my note here, on episode 231, we reviewed the film Begonia. So I wanted to know, out of the favorite, Poor Things, Kinds of Kindness, and Begonia, which is the Toasty's favorite Yorgos Lanthimos Emma Stone collab? I know you probably haven't seen all of them, but I feel like you've heard or seen some.
Yes. And I did really enjoy your reviews of all of those films. I'm very still intrigued by those, but I mean, having just watched Begonia, that was wild. I enjoyed that really weird trip, which apparently is the norm.
That's him.
The rest of these are like that too. So I don't think I can have a fair say, but it's definitely something where I will then see the next one, the next project that they
Right.
work on together, because you've proven you have this incredible working relationship and you know how to communicate. This director knows how to communicate very, very well with this extremely talented performer, and we're just going to keep getting gold. So
Heck
have
yeah.
at it. Like I'm ready. I'll definitely watch the next one.
I'm with you.
What was your choice though? Because I know you've seen all of these.
I haven't seen all of them. Now that's the sad part here. I did not see the
Let's
favorite.
see the favorite.
Which,
okay.
It's killing me. I want to watch it. Olivia Colman, her, and some other actresses that are phenomenal won awards, but now it's not streaming anywhere, and it's like, fuck, I slept on that one. But out of them, it's a toughie because Poor Things is fucked up and weird and crazy. Kinds of Kindness, I really dug for an anthology movie, and Begonia, like you said, it's just so out there. But I think I'm going to go with Kinds of Kindness, personally. So,
nice. All right.
Let's see what the old,
what them toasties say.
Yeah. 0% for Poor Things, so I'm kind of
Just
surprised
wild
by
to
that.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so talked
Ruffalo
about.
and Willem Dafoe. Yeah, that won awards.
Yeah.
That's what got this whole party started. Well, I guess the favorite happened first for them. But either way, all right, up next we got 0% for Begonia, which is crazy because I feel like everyone's talking about Begonia. But
Yeah. I loved that.
yeah. All right. 50% for the favorite and 50% for Kinds of Kindness. So a nice 50-50 split here.
Interesting. Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Huh.
But
funny enough, it is
highly
the one that neither of us have seen. But
yeah. I will say Kinds of Kindness, I think, is on Hulu. So if you
yes,
got like 2.5
it's on
hours,
my queue.
Toasties, it's the trip. It's funny, after you reviewed fucking Begonia, I'm like, I'd rewatch that, and I tried getting Sarah to watch. It's like, no, I don't want to watch. People got to stop working with these like weird directors and stuff. I'm like, all right, I tried because that's one crazy movie.
It is. It really is. But in a way that I really enjoy. Yeah, like it's,
yeah. It's not for everyone. I'll give you that
for sure.
Yeah. All right. So also on episode 232, I had 131 written in my notes here. We had talked about a rumor that James Gunn might be introducing Wonder Woman into his Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. So I wanted to know, out of Caddy O'Brien, Ana de Armas, Margot Qualley, and Millie Bobby Brown, who the Toasties would want to see play Wonder Woman in the DCU. Those are some names we mentioned last week, and a new name here or there. You had any of these young ladies?
I could see Ana de Armas. She could handle that just as easily.
The brutality and physicality.
Yeah. And obviously Millie Bobby Brown has the chops when we've seen her do it before, especially the swashbuckling aspect with that. What was that fairy tale film she was in?
We said the name on the last episode.
Yes.
Fuck.
So like, I know she's capable, but I would be most curious about seeing Margaret Qualley do it.
Right.
So.
Give her a little something more. For me, I'm with you. I would love to see Qualley, but I think Caddy O'Brien is this actress who's been growing on me more and more each time I see her. She has this bruteness and physicality and likability. I think I'd go with her after her than Margot, but let's see what the old Toasties had to say. All right, trying to get that one shot here. Oh, if I hit away, sorry. All right, 0% for Caddy O'Brien. All right, that makes sense. I guess she's not as big a name. 0% for Margot Qualley. So the Toasties are not on board with our casting decisions here. That makes sense.
Already 0. 0 for 2.
0 for 0. All right, that leaves 50% for Ana de Armas. So you did mention her, and 50% for Millie Bobby Brown. So I guess we're not far off.
No marks against Millie, but I kind of feel like it's just kind of a hot topic since Stranger Things just ended
and all that shit.
And there was all that hype about all the, people are thinking there was more to the show or whatever.
Will there be another episode or not?
Yeah, which of course not. Fuck it, it's done.
Why would they?
Done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Move on.
It's over.
Which I guess they did like a little spoof of what another episode would be on SNL recently when Finn Wolfhard was on. But I still haven't finished the series, so I didn't want to watch that spoofy commercial.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, don't want to ruin that.
I had plans. I was gonna catch up by today. I was gonna be finished, but life just happened, so I couldn't. But I gotta say, my biggest, because I know we mentioned about talking about it, but my biggest thing with it is I feel like there's something happening in each episode. Then one person tells someone what we just saw. Then another person tells a different person exactly what they just learned from. It's just telling someone on top of selling someone on top of selling someone. It's like, fuck. And then yesterday, I think it came out, Matt Damon's like, yeah, Netflix wants it written in scripts where people are reiterating everything that happened because people are always on their phones. I'm like, that's the Sci-Fi Network, like we heard about.
Right? No, it's exactly. It's like, and I think that was a part of my issue. Again, we can talk about this after you finish the series.
When we get into it.
But there's definitely specific issues I had, and then you literally highlighted one of my problems. And like, it got so repetitive in that regard, and I'm tired of movies having to do that. And I know there's a movie that you're going to review that we can both talk about later. That
it's both of us,
started to do that same thing, and but that's jumping the gun here.
Yeah,
James
but I don't know. And then of course, since I got you, I like that. I like that James Gunn jumping the gun. I like that. And of course, recently he's like, yeah, no, we're not doing Batman. There's no Wonder Woman. So it's like, all right, maybe he's telling the truth, but maybe he's not.
Yeah, but they've done that before. They've also said this and that weren't happening, and then of course, and then fucking boom, there it is.
Here it is. Well, yeah,
no one's surprised, and if anyone is, then they weren't paying close enough attention. I feel
exactly. So I guess you teased it. We got some movies to talk about. Should we hop into that little segment we like to call reviews?
Let's do it.
It's camera action, it's review time. Dennis and Adam, we gon' blow your mind. We're stepping up to the plate, ready to swing. Analyzing movies like a scientist with brain.
All right, up first, you're going to be our first scientist with bling here, Dennis. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Want to set this one up before we get in the trailer?
Let's. Yeah. So this is a little flick from Germany, telling the story of a German army tank crew from 1943 who are sent on a very dangerous mission in their Tiger tank.
So what's happened to our Tiger?
Just a little battered and bruised, but you'll soon be ready. A new mission?
It is, yeah. On this mission, we have to determine the whereabouts of Colonel von Hardenburg and escort him back.
Shit.
5 kilometers to the front line. Then it's all eyes open. Let's just leave here right away. Go now!
I wish I could just forget it. Forget who we were before.
Romans fighting for Rome forever, never stopping to rest. So the Latin teacher, wine grower, and the train driver find themselves just as caught up.
We reap what we sow.
All right, that sounded chillin'.
Yeah. So we're this mission they're sent on to recover this German officer well beyond into the no man's land between the German army and the Soviets. It's already fishy. The crew already feels like something's off, and the fact that they're sending a Tiger tank on this solo mission, it's just them, unsupported by other vehicles, other ground troops, or anything. So it seems like it's this top secret mission sort of thing going on. But something weird is happening behind the scenes that everyone's already suspicious, including our main character, the commander of the tank, who's you could tell something's off, and that's kind of the driving force of this movie. So it's not you get some cool tank battles and stuff. That's honestly what drew me to this. I'm a sucker for like World War II movies, and especially I do have this fascination with tanks of that era. So getting to see this perspective, I thought would be interesting. What I wasn't expecting were all the psychological elements built into it as well. This is not your standard warfare sort of film. Like Fury is one of my favorite World War II movies. This is not that.
Great film.
This is very much not that. And I was kind of thinking
in a good way or a bad way.
See, that's where I'm a little.
Or that's like apples and oranges. You can't.
Yeah, because it's so different. Like, it starts off that way though. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I thought that's what we were getting into, and then some weird shit starts to happen. And I'm like, okay, this is something else. And I just wasn't a big fan of the ending. It did a plot device that I feel like is a classic no to do in any sort of story, and they hit you over the head with it. And I'm kind of I was pretty disappointed by the very end. So I think it's a great ride for a lot of the film. I think the cast did a great job. Obviously, I watched the English dub. I did not watch it in German. So I'm not particularly familiar with the cast here, but I still think they did a pretty good job of holding their own. The guy that plays the actual driver of the tank, I thought he did a good job of being in a very gritty, rough fucking job of. I got to say, there's things I didn't even know these tanks could do. Like at one point, they're being hunted down by these Soviet tank killers, and they drive their tank into a fucking river. So they have to put a snorkel on it, and they only have so much oxygen inside this thing, and they can just hear the rumbling of these tanks that are much bigger than theirs. Rolling past this river looking for him, and you get these beautiful tense moments. They got to get out of the way of this bombing run. This bridge that they're on is going to be destroyed, and the tank driver's he's literally put the pedal to the metal, and fire has like the rubber gaskets have caught fire, melted, and his boots are on fire, and he can't let off the gas. You know, like he can't stop to put the fire out. He needs to just keep going, otherwise we'll all die. Like it has these awesome moments like that, but they're kind of undercut by these weird psychological elements that I think kind of short the momentum of the movie once in a while. And when we get to the end, I wasn't on board with how it, like, I just wish that wasn't how it ended.
Damn.
But anyways, I still think it's worth a watch. I think there's a lot of people that would very much enjoy how the movie ended for their own, poetic in a way, the way it concludes. It just wasn't for me. I think it
that's fine.
got turned around a little too much. So I'm gonna give The Tank 2.5 slices of toast. Still pretty solid. I think it's worth watching at least once.
Maybe hit that button.
It's yeah. Sorry, Sam. I'm still getting used to that one. There's your 2.5 slices. So yeah, I think it's if you like the genre, it's worth watching once. Is it something you're gonna go back and watch again? Probably not.
Fair enough. That's not bad. Makes sense. All right. Well, like you teased, I have a movie that just came out on Netflix, and both of us are going to be tag teaming this one. The latest film starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, directed by an action director that I love a lot, Joe Carnahan. I'm talking about Netflix's original film, The Rip.
So, there's been some developments. We have a few more questions. Last time we spoke, you described the job as follows. Your unit works the dope game. Drugs, guns.
Knock, knock, Miami PD.
How you doing this evening?
5 cops just magically appeared on my doorstep. I've been better.
Don't mind if we come inside.
But the majority of your work consisted of cash seizures.
I don't have any drugs.
The dog's not trained to detect drugs. The dog's trained to detect money. How much was the tip that came in?
300 grand. That's a $20 million rip.
It'd be so much easier if we just stole this money. I swear to God.
You should just take whatever money you want and walk away before this goes really bad for all of us.
No one needs to die tonight. You have 30 minutes to get out of that house.
What we do right now and who we talk to matters. The longer we stick around here, the dicier this shit's gonna be. Tell me what's fucking going on! Do you think I want to jack this rip? I don't trust you right now, and that's a fucking problem!
Any ideas who might want this money?
$20 million. Where do you want to start?
AWTGG. What does it mean?
Are we the good guys?
All right. So, as you probably could hear from that trailer, it's essentially about a group of Miami cops who get this lead on a house that has what some people are claiming is a couple $100,000 worth of money, or what, 250,000, I think it was.
300,000.
All right, 300,000. And they go there and they very shortly realize, oh, that's not accurate. There's over $20 million here. This has to be cartel money. What do we do? They start getting phone calls. Somehow someone knows they're there. And it becomes, can we trust each other? The person on the phone saying, take the money you want and leave, and everyone's going to be fine. If not, we're going to come and kill you, or deal with the consequences. And all these cops have their own personal struggles going on in their lives, and one of their own was recently gunned down, essentially because of the information about this stash house. And it becomes this siege movie, and it's like you don't know who you can trust the whole time. You want to trust this person, but then you learn something, then you can't trust them, so you want to trust that person. Twists and turns. Pretty good cast. You got Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Scott Adkins, Stephen Young, Tiana Taylor, Supergirl herself, Sasha Calley, Kyle Chandler, and a couple other familiar faces. And this movie has a dark, gritty look to it. It has some very stylized action, but like we mentioned earlier, we're getting a lot of like reiteration of, well, I said this to this person. I said that to that person. Oh, well, this just happened. Well, now I'm going to tell you. And it's like, we just saw all this. And this is an hour and 52-minute movie. So if we got rid of them talking about what just happened here, what just happened there, we'd probably cut it down to a nice, tight 90 minutes that would play better.
Yes. And I wouldn't feel so like pandered to. I wouldn't feel so like you're trying to dumb the story down. That honestly is not hard to follow. I'm like, so I liked the visual style here. The grittiness that Affleck and Damon bring to the screen, great. And we know they have that chemistry, which shows on camera. And
it shines.
It's that part is great in this film. I liked the setup, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I think I'm liking where this is going. But it keeps undercutting itself with the same shit we were just talking about. I'm like, God, this it started off so strong, and then by the time we got to the end, I was done. I was ready for it to be over.
Which ending? Are we talking about the ending that should have been the ending, or the ending that kept going, or the ending that was the ending? There was like 3 false endings that it just kept going, and it's like, just end it. Put it out.
And I knew the whole time, so that's why I said this. And I'm like,
but I didn't know until this point. And let us show you now. We told you, but let us show you what just happened. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There were some twists and turns I didn't see coming. There were some twists and turns I did see coming. It was an interesting little roller coaster ride. I'm not gonna lie. The one character in this movie I was so afraid for the whole time was this money sniffing dog. I'm like, oh, don't kill this dog. If you kill the dog, I'm out, man. I think the dog lived, but it's like, I feel like the movie thought it was smarter than it was. Like you said, we knew what was happening, but it didn't trust us. It had to hold our hands, which really hurt the movie.
I find that insulting. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh god. And then it makes the movie feel so much longer than it actually was. I mean, it's not a short movie, but still, like it's.
Yeah.
I was really excited for this too. I just don't think it. Like you said, you could cut probably 30 fucking minutes out of this thing, and I think it would be a lot better for it.
Oh, stronger, tighter.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
No.
But
same here. I didn't hate it.
If it avoided all that shit we just talked about, it could have been such a stronger movie.
Yes. I'd give it a much higher slice rating. This is by no means is it like a 0 or a half slice. Don't get me wrong, folks.
So if you don't know the name Joe Carnahan, he's the writer-director. He's done movies like Smokin' Aces. I love that movie. The Gray with Liam Neeson. Fantastic movie.
Great movie.
But he's also done some other movies like Boss Level, not so good, The A-Team. But then he had this kind of cheesy movie back in 2021 called Cop Shop that was so fucking good. But his last movie was called Shadow Force. It came out last year, and it was a rough one to watch. So this guy has really good action-packed movies and then misses. And then good movies and then misses. So it's kind of like the Tyler Perry effect, I like to call it. Like, good movie, bad movie.
Right. And it's too bad because it's not like you can't blame the cast. I think they delivered on what they needed to be. Yeah. You can't really, like I said, I think it looked good visually. I think it was shot well. There was very limited locations. You could tell they banged this movie out fast.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like a few weeks worth of work.
And that kind of helped the rough and grittiness of it. It kind of sold it a little more as like, oh, this is a non-fucks giving movie. Like, we're just giving you the shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope
What
it's
do you-
not
what do you
something that they
slice
didn't
in
try
this
to
bad
make
boy?
a series
Yeah.
out of.
I don't
So,
think you can if you keep up going where this was going. It's like
Yeah.
one and done. And we've kind of seen the story before. It's like,
We
oh,
have.
these cops, they might be dirty. Oh, are they going to take money? Who's going to stop them?
I was just saying, getting this after there being 2 Den of Thieves movies exist. It's
that
like,
are fucking good movies. Den of
yes,
Thieves.
yeah. I loved this. That first one I really enjoyed. And it's like, it's not that much different here.
No.
Like, we're not, why are we just kind of making the same thing again in a way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I would give The Rip 2.5 slices. Like, it was there was the parts I liked were really cool, but then the parts I didn't like really hurt it. And I just, by the time Val and I were done watching it, we were both just like, ugh, kind of just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And I'm like, the other night, we've been slow chipping away at rewatching Southland, the TV series about LA cops. And
That's
I'm like,
with
that show was fucking great.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
I'm like, I kind of just want to go watch that.
Fair enough.
Instead of this thing.
That's sad, but true. I'm gonna marry you 2.5. If we could hit that slice scale, let's hear those bad boys popping. Yeah, not a terrible movie, not a great movie. Temper your expectations. Know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Shut your brain off a bit, and then you can have a good time. Or do what apparently Netflix knows you're already doing and be on your phone and kind of
fucking right. Exactly.
Emotion, I guess.
Yeah, right.
If that's
I guess
how they're going to treat us.
Exactly. Which again, it's an insulting way to make a movie. I'm tired of that being a normal thing. Let's not normalize this shit. Let's make movies again. Let's make movies like they're going into the theater. So then we're not doing stuff like that. Please.
You gotta focus.
Yes.
Not put your order in on your phone, Alamo Drafthouse.
Yeah.
Fucks. All right. We're gonna tag team another movie coming up here, but I'll let you you give us the rundown of this one.
That's right. This is an action-packed but comedic-laden telling the story of EMT who's been at the job for 16 years or something. He's been doing this almost nearly 20 years. Yeah, and he's had it. He's beaten down, worn out. He wants to get a new job. So we're about to follow Randy on his last shift in an ambulance with his buddy Mike and their student intern Jessica, and we're going on a wild ride, seeing what the day in the life of an EMT is like in the city of Los Angeles.
All right, let's play that trailer.
She's been having a little trouble breathing lately.
Define lately.
All of the shit you're about to see happened to a real, actual paramedic. Me.
So long, fuckers!
All we want to do is save your life. Some of you don't make it easy.
Get out of my house! Gun!
I ain't know you can run that fucking fast.
Can you feel the freedom?
$20 and he's gonna be butt ass naked.
Out there you have it. It's a draw.
I can see his dick. That qualifies.
I wouldn't sit there if I were you. Welcome to EMS.
Oh man, I can't wait. I saw this when it hit theaters. I saw this after like 3 other movies. End of the night, 10 o'clock, normally dead. I'm like, all right, I'll see what this is. I like these actors. And
Right.
I was on board the whole time, so I'm happy to finally be talking about it.
Fuck yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
So this one just landed at Hulu, which is why it was brought to my attention. And I'm like, I had the same reaction. It's like, are you kidding me? Rainn Wilson and Lil Rel Howery, 2 incredibly funny, incredibly talented actors, and then
Play off each other perfectly.
Oh yes, as well as Rob Riggle, Amy Carrero, a little bit of Zola Maridueña.
Oh yeah. I forgot he was in here. Yep.
I forgot.
What's his face from fucking Cobra Kai?
Yeah, Yvette Nicole Brown. Yes, oof. They like very talented people, and I love that it's just chemistry the whole time. Like you get these exciting but hilarious moments, but it has a lot of heart and soul behind it too.
Yes,
offering a perspective that I don't think. Something that you take for granted is the fact that this job exists, that people do this on a daily basis.
Ungrateful. You just
thankless job. Yeah.
Yes. And you can see how it really weighs on the people doing it and how it normally destroys them. Like, I think the statistic is most people don't last as long as Randy's lasted. And he's just going through the motions, senseless to everything that happens, because you see people who are grateful for what you're doing and then people who are trying to fight you because they're tweaking out on stuff. Like, this reminds me of a movie I saw back in 2023 starring what's his name? Ty Sheridan and Al Pacino, not Al, but fucking Sean Penn. But that was a movie called Asphalt City, but that was a more gritty, darker take on this. And this has darkness, but it's more lighthearted. You get like kind of Deadpool-ish, breaking the fourth wall with Rain talking to the audience. You're seeing these fun cuts. It has cool music, a fun aesthetic, and you're watching a full shift. So you're watching as they're excited, running out of momentum, and then you're seeing this like buck-eyed girl being like, well, we got to do this way because this is how we learn. And it's like, well, that's what the books tell you to do, but you got to learn on the
experience.
job.
Yeah, exactly. And I like that relationship. And it's like, although he's very rough around the edges, he's not afraid to tell you what you think. He is the best paramedic at this company. And
whether he likes to admit
their
it or
boss
not.
their boss is like, no, that's why you're going to ride with their ambulance, because he is the best. And you quickly see why. For as hilarious as the movie is, I do love those very intense, gritty, and touching moments. There was that fatality car accident scene, which was super intense. I loved the way he carried himself in that scene. It was so good, and not something dramatic. I feel like I have seen since like Super, or like I loved that he can both be hilarious one minute and then he's just ready to punch Rob Riggle in the face the next.
Oh, dude, Rob Riggle. I
love that.
And it's like, you hate Rob Riggle's character. He's this like EMT doctor, hotshot asshole.
ER doctor.
And it's fuck you. But then it's like, we see how his job's thankless. Like, you kind of get both sides, which is nice.
I loved that scene in front of the vending machine where he's telling him, I have this whole building sitting on my back, and you just have one patient at a time. And I love it was great. I was not expecting to love this movie.
It looks like a movie that
should
just be mediocre at best. And it really, it's fun, it's funny, it's you never know where it's going. An hour and 40 minutes, you're in, you're out.
Holy shit.
Will Rell is hilarious. Like, he's not over the top, but he's just right. Like,
it's what funny, you want, exactly what you want from him, I think, in my opinion.
And Amy Carrero is really good in this. Like, I know her mainly from this Apple TV Plus show, Your Friends and Neighbors, starring John Hamm. And she's getting more to do here. And it's interesting watching the generations come together. And just like the whole time, Randy is like, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm done with this. I hate this job. And Mike's like, okay, sure thing. Why would you want to leave? And it's like, the two have been here before, it feels like. And it's like, is this really the last day? Is this going to be the end of their friendship? Do they have a friendship? I don't know. It seems like they do at some point.
These very honest human moments too, because even that whole scene, whether or not you're an EMT, you have those people where you're like, we're friends at work, but we don't actually socialize outside of work. So what is that, and then realizing,
but work takes up so much time of your day. It is your life, but it's such a fine line.
I love all the topics this film explores. The way we're looking at it makes it very digestible. And it makes you look at some very gnarly things, not literally on screen gnarly things all the time, but knowing that this is someone's job in real life, knowing that these things happen really adds to the realism that this film's trying to represent, but still keeping enough of a lighthearted layer. It's because it's not laughs all the way through, and I like it's not through.
It's like there'll be a serious thing happens and then downplayed with comedy, and then holy shit, reality kicks back in. It's
that scene with the president of the United States. I honestly wasn't sure how that was going to fucking resolve, and I loved being on the edge of my seat for those moments. Those were the moments I really wasn't expecting from this movie, and I really love how they showed it. And it was excellent. This was an excellent movie.
Like you said, it's over on Hulu right now, Disney Plus as well. Highly suggest, if you're a fan of Rain, this is a perfect vehicle for him. Like, he gets to do his thing perfectly. Lil Rel gets to do and all these supporting. Like, if you like anybody in this cast, I highly recommend checking out because you get in and out, and then like I said, I saw this back. I want to say over the summer, maybe before the summer, and it still lives rent free in my head. And you just watched it, and like you can hear the excitement and the interesting aspects that you're getting to see here because we don't really get to see what an EMT does. We don't get that true raw. Like, I got to shut off all my emotions to do my job. Like, we just see, oh, there's an ambulance going by, and you forget all about it in real life.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, it's like, it's something that I feel like it's a topic that's only really covered in series and on television these days. And even then, it's kind of, I feel like a lot of it can kind of be told in a very similar way. And we kind of repeat those things. I love the show Emergency. Where it is the firehouse EMTs that you're following. This very much reminds me of that, of like, you can't just have it be the gritty, dramatic, intense scenes and then just go bang, 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 rolling through all of those. Lifting it up with comedic elements as well as an incredible chemistry between our main cast members is really what rounds out the story here and why I think this film sets itself aside from all of the other representations of emergency responders, especially this specific job too.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to give Code 3, I think I'm going to give it 3.5 slices on my end.
So am I. I'm also going to give it 3.5 slices.
Hell yeah. So do yourself a favor and go and check that out if you have Hulu or Disney Plus. You won't regret it, folks. All right, I got the latest film in the 28 franchise here. I'm talking about 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
When the infected attack, what do they see? I've been developing an idea. I believe the infection can be treated. And now, a leap into the unknown.
28 years later, The Bone Temple.
All right, so I'm going to be as upfront as I can. I have a mixed feeling on the 28 franchise. I love 28 Days Later. Thought it was a revolutionary breath of fresh air for the zombie franchise, the zombie genre.
Especially at a time where we were getting a lot of that.
Yeah. It was kind of like, all right, we saw Dawn of the Dead, we saw the other ones, and it's like, what sets this apart? Fast zombies, interesting post-apocalyptic, one-man journey. And then 28 weeks later, it's like, oh, now there's colonies and people are living. And it's like, I guess that's interesting, but I was bored, saw it once, can't tell you what the hell happened in it. 28 years later, I was excited because we got back Alex Garland as the writer and, of course, Danny as the director. And I'm like, all right, so this is going to be a return to form, I think. And then I was kind of mixed. It felt like 3 movies shoved into one, kind of all over the place. Weird editing style, odd visuals, heart, but not too much heart. And then the movie ended on this wild, fucking bonkers, insane Power Rangers type ending that came out of the left field. I was like, all right. I was literally walking out of the theater because I know when a movie's about to end and I don't want to get stuck behind droves of people moving out of the theater. But that came and I just froze in my spot. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm on board again for this fucking crazy movie. I need to see what the next one is because I know this was supposed to be a trilogy and they shot 20 years later and The Bone Temple back to back. And of course we didn't get the original director back because you don't have time to do 2 movies back to back and release them consecutively like that. So they brought Nia DaCosta in for this one. And I got to tell you, it's interesting because we're seeing characters who we saw in the last movie. We're seeing essentially our last movie was about this young boy learning to deal with the realities of life and how some people lie and then coming to terms with death and just becoming a man. And then now we're watching this boy be initiated into essentially this satanic gang that's just going through and killing people and worshiping Satan. And this boy is trapped. He tried leaving and it's hard for him. And he's seeing all these people doing heinous things. And he's a young boy. And then on the flip side, we're seeing this doctor who essentially told him his mom had cancer in the last movie and kind of put his mother to sleep in a way, and this beautiful doctor doing this thing and bring catharticism to this young boy's life. And we're seeing how he's kind of lonely. We're seeing him go through the motions, living his life on the outside.
Yeah.
And then he befriends the Alpha, which is this like giant, big hanging dick zombie that's been fucking people up in the last movie. He fucking rips people's heads out with their spines. It's insane. But
Jesus.
the doctor finds a way to tame him, and he's trying to work on him, and he's befriending him, and it's this beautiful friendship that's kind of growing. But then, of course, our two worlds are slowly coalescing here, and the stories come together. And it becomes like, oh, this is interesting. Like, we're seeing two very different things happening and coming together in this weird, beautiful, intense, fucked up story. Like, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to spoil things, but like, there's so many weird twists and turns that I was thoroughly enjoyed. This brought me back on board to this franchise. I'm like, all right, I was off for 2 movies, but I am back on board. And there's some wild shit. It's gory as fuck. There's stellar performances, man. As the head of this like gang, the Jimmies in the Five Fingers, we have Jack O'Connell playing this satanic piece of shit, fucked up character, and he's just killing it. And then as the doctor, we get Ray Fiennes, and he's just beautiful and just giving a powerful performance. And this young boy, Lewis Ashburn, playing the young boy Spike, he's kind of sidelined. He's not doing as much as he got to do in the last movie, but that's fine. Oh. And then we're meeting other characters in this world, and we're kind of getting different points of views and people questioning everything, and it's kind of cool. It's beautiful. Now, does it live up to where the last one ended? No. Like, that was so wild and crazy, and then you're seeing this gang do some weird things, but it's not as crazy as the last movie ended.
Interesting.
And that's fine. And this movie feels a little more grounded compared to the... Well, that's not true, because the last movie was very fucking grounded. It feels a little more focused and streamlined opposed to the last movie.
Okay.
The last movie was known for being shot on iPhones. This one feels like it was shot on regular cameras. It looked a little more crisper. It had a great soundtrack. And then the editing style was a lot smoother. The action and gore was great. I really, really dug 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. And of course, right before it came out, there was positive reviews. People are kind of mixed on this one still, but they greenlit the third one in the franchise. And before this movie ends, it kind of brings everything back into the forefront and ties into that first movie in an interesting way that I think audience members will like. I'm going to give 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, 3 slices of toast.
Okay.
So if you're on edge, it's like you can breathe a bit. This movie is different. And honestly, you don't even have to have seen any of these movies. You can go in cold to this and still understand what's going on. It would help if you saw the last movie, but it's not necessary. I don't know. Interesting.
That is cool though. That's the one. There's been so much advertising in town around us that I'm like, I feel like there was almost more for this one than there was for 28 Years Later.
Yeah.
Even though I saw way more trailers for 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, it's like, it's weird. They almost did the inverse. I saw way more billboards, bus ads and stuff. It slowly started seeping into my Instagram and Reddit feeds. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. But I was just kept wondering, I'm like, but what is, this is like in the world of the 28 laters. I was intrigued, but I'm like, oh, is this too deep a cut? I'm not going to know what's going on. So I'm very excited to hear that it's not so like out in their universe that you'll be lost if you just try to go and give it a shot. So,
and it's funny, before I went to see this, I know they recently added 28 Years Later to, I think, Hulu and Disney Plus. And my fiance Sarah doesn't like going to the movies, and she wanted to see it because she likes the others. When I saw it, I'm like, the movie fucking sucks. I don't think you're going to like it, but you could. So she's like, I want to see it. And we played it. She was so checked out. She hated it. And I'm like, yep. All right. I'm finally, I think you can trust me when I'm telling you some movies just aren't worth your time.
Yeah.
I don't like I do it for my fun time. I don't know. But I was so shocked when I came out of this movie being like, holy fuck. They won me over. It was
actually
somehow.
good. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. All the stuff with Fines, I just the makeup, wardrobe, all the little bits I've been seeing, it's like fucking gritty. I like the look of it.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, he had a distinguished look in the last movie. Like, you'll start that the first movie, and you know he's in it. He's got a title card and stuff, and then you forget because he comes in so late, and he has a distinguished look there. But all the promos, like this poster on our show here, it's like, what? That doesn't look like his character at all. But there's a reason, and that's like the focal, like, big set piece of the movie that is just so insanely crazy, but perfect for this movie. And I want so bad to talk about this scene in particular, but that would spoil it.
Man, see, that's what's wild, because that's the billboard down the street from you right now. Is that shot you have? I'm just like, gee, and it's so striking. I just like I can't help but stare at it every time I walk by.
And you could think of a million different things of what's happening here,
and that's totally not it, right?
Yeah. You got to see it to believe it, and it's like, holy shit.
That's cool.
Like,
that's cool. I like hearing that.
Yeah. So if you ever get a chance, I would love to hear your take if you check out these two movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Lionsgate did with The Strangers, I think they should do with the 28 Years trilogy. They should cut a nice one full flesh movie. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
But cut things out. Like make a nice 2-hour movie out of these three. And I'm saying that without seeing, like, the way this movie ends, it feels like it's going to be different from the original the first two movies, and more akin with the first movie. So that's why I'm intrigued. And we don't yet know who's going to be directing that first movie, the third movie. So it's interesting. Could be Danny Boyle, could be Nina DaCosta, or someone new, I guess. Alex Garland would be great. He's a great director.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, sorry, I ranted there. I haven't recorded a single review of that. So first thoughts besides my out of the theater reaction for this one.
Awesome. Oh, I'm intrigued. You sold me, dude.
Yeah. Man, so that's going to do it for reviews. I hope we've talked about some stuff you may be looking forward to seeing and learn some cool news. I don't know.
Absolutely. But you got to let us know what you think of any of those things. So hit us up on any of our socials. We got X, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all at movie_toast. Keep up to date on any of the upcoming reviews and episodes, any of the specials that we end up doing, including the upcoming film festival, which will be in a few short weeks. So please stay tuned for the stream date for that one. We'll be doing it live for the first time.
Right,
I'm very excited to see. Yeah, where you're watching right now. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's I almost started rattling through all this, man. I don't want to hog all the
you're
fun
good.
stuff
You're good. You're on a roll. I didn't want to take you down on a heater here, but say you already follow us. Say you already submitted a film. Why not do yourself a favor and leave a review on Apple Podcasts or YouTube or wherever you're watching or listening, and let us know what you like, what you dislike, how you feel about the show in general, because we want to make this as toasty, brown, and buttery as possible to make it more enjoyable for your listening and viewing experience. And we can only do that with your input.
That's right. So please let us know what you think. Say you're good with all that, though. You did this. You did that. You know, like I'm already here, guys. I'm already on board. Well, then,
thank you.
You know what comes next. Everyone.
Oh boy.
Please
stay toasty.
I'm the Dennis, they're the kings of the real. Reviewing new movies, they keep it real. Coast to coast, from LA to the east. On the podcast show, they feast on the beast. Adams bringing knowledge like he's Professor X. Dennis with cuts deeper than Wolverine's claws. I guess Marvel, DC, they know them all by heart. Breaking down the plot, tearing every scene apart. They got the juice like Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. Breaking down movies with a sharp precision. Adam coming in hot like a John Wick hit. Dennis bringing the heat like the climax of a Tarzan flick.
Boom, 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 boom. Hold the phone here, folks. I did read something about this, but in our comments section here, a friend of the show, Rick Tomeo, has broke some news here that the Oreo Shamrock Shake are coming to McDonald's soon. And that's literally what I live for, folks. Every March, April, I want a Shamrock Shake. Do I need Oreo in it? Not as much, but I'm happy that they're coming back.
There you go.
Dennis.
I know it was a beloved event in college. Every year it came back around. Boy, we were stopping to get a Shamrock Shake.
Dude, I was kind of sad. It's been a while since McDonald's has done a eggnog milkshake. Normally around Christmas,
Ooh,
the
that
holidays,
sounds
they
good.
bring out the eggnog, but they haven't done that in, I was going to say decades, months, but maybe years. So the Shamrock seems to
Days.
be a mainstay. Dude, I wish
Yeah, of
it were
course.
days.
That's that one they repeat. Yeah, it's a classic. I think they do
That's like
more
the
harm than
McRib.
good
You
if
know
they
it's
got rid of
coming.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, always.
Hell yeah.
Well, there you go. Something to look forward to, man.
Heck yeah.
I might have to try one myself. I'm always a fan of the cookies and cream kind of
Dude, you can't go wrong with
variety
the
of
cookie and cream.
things. So throwing some
It's
mint
weird.
in there, I'm good with that.
I'm not normally a mint ice cream fan, but when it comes to the Shamrock shakes, I don't know what it is. Something about it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I loved it. Oh boy.
Good memories. Good memories.
Yeah. Ooh, Greenland 2. I haven't seen Greenland 1, and I don't know. The trailer it's gotten bad reviews. I don't know if I'm gonna see Greenland 2.
I don't think I'm gonna go even see the first one, much less the second.
I know it's on Max, and I have reservations for movies, but I just don't know. Have you seen Greenland 2 out there? Let me know.
Oh yeah, let us know, folks.
Yeah. Oh boy, but I don't know anything post episode here, post coital you want to talk about?
I've been loving Fallout, and I've been loving The Pit.
I haven't watched either of those. Pit, I have no interest, even though it sounds like an interesting take. Fallout, I can't wait, but I think we're waiting till that show's at its final episode.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
But I can't wait.
More stellar performances on The Pit. The cast is fucking crushing it yet again. Not unsurprising, it's what I expect from them.
It feels like it didn't miss a beat since the last season, because it's been a couple of months, right? Well, in the show, it's jumped a little bit of time, right? But
yes,
I mean, since it was on television or on
yeah. No, it's like honestly, it feels like we just got
because it was right before the summer that it ended, right? And that was a long season, like 15, 20 episodes, right? Like old school.
It was a good amount. And then there's still, going back into that real time feeling. It adds to that tension, and I loved the story arcs that we're getting to explore with characters that now that we know them. It's not scary to introduce a couple more people to the mix that are also very intriguing. And then Fallout, of course, it's another fucking gem of a season. I cannot wait until we get to chat about that one together,
dude.
I'm gonna rewatch the whole season again by the time I think you're like
you should.
I'm enjoying it that much, so
that'd be good. Right now, I'm working on getting through Stranger Things. I got I think 2 or 3 episodes left. But reason I'm taking so long, I've been live streaming it, and I've been editing and shooting different videos to prepare for my vacation. But I'm going to be finishing that within the week, hopefully. I was supposed to have it done by today, but at the same time, I've been rewatching Scrubs to get ready for the new season.
New season, yeah. I know you've been excited for that one. I've just been seeing rough. During the football game, I've been watching, they've been airing the ads for it, and it's like, okay, this looks like fun. It looks like you guys are having fun making it. So
which
that's
it
what
makes
you want
sense.
It to be. Yeah.
But it's weird, watching it now as an adult, I guess you could say. Of course I'm an adult. Fucking, you can't say it is. JD, the main character, is kind of an asshole. Not really a likable main character. Elliot, the love interest, she's a little just they treat ladies like eye candy and over sexualize, which is weird. But Dr. Cox, the main doctor, I used to think he's an asshole, but he's the only person that really cares about the patient. I don't know. It's interesting to watch. I'm 4 seasons in now, halfways. But I've also I watched the first 4 episodes of the upcoming Peacock or maybe NBC series, The Fall and Rise of Marty. I don't know. The new the Tracy Morgan show, which I should have the title for it. I started that last night. He is this former NFL star who accidentally got caught calling his bookie when he was actually doing an ESPN type of interview. So he got kicked out of the franchise. People hate him, and he's paid a disgraced documentarian played by Daniel Radcliffe to make a documentary about his life, hopefully to get back on everyone's good side. 4 episodes in, not bad. I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to find the title of this. The fall and rise of, I want to say...
Funny. I think I just saw a teaser for this before we started. I was
The
like,
fall and
Daniel
rise
Radcliffe.
of Reggie Dinkins. Yeah, it's
Okay.
such a weird combination together, but it works. And then you get Bobby Moynihan and a few other people popping up here and there.
Huh. That's fun.
It's fine. It's cool. I think they just premiered the pilot episode after the football game last night, but I know that's coming out later on. I'll probably review the whole series as a whole. And then I watched 2 episodes of the upcoming season of Ted, season 2. Still has that same humor. I'm gonna start this week. I want to finish Stranger Things so I can move on. I have screeners for the new season of Harrison Ford and Jason Segel's show Shrinking.
Yes.
So I want to get that because I think the new season starts next week. So I want to power through that, and then I want to start the MonsterVerse show Monarch. But I don't know why I'm going on about TV. Sorry, my apologies.
That's all good.
I asked you one question and I went on a rant. Oh boy. Apologies.
Well, thanks for joining us, folks. Hopefully you found something new you want to check out, and please let us know if there's anything that we might have missed recently that would be worth watching and reviewing on the show. So and be sure to keep an eye on the socials because there's a really good chance Adam's already watched it. So keep an eye.
I'm late to the game, but things are always pouring through. A new review, a trailer reaction, something's always popping up around.
Always,
or clips of the show if you don't want to watch all of it at once, like it's the Strangers. So go get a Shamrock Shake and enjoy your life. Unless you're lactose intolerant, go get one and enjoy the toilet after.